Hey y'all, you are watching Uncommon Gospel, Not Your Ordinary Praise.
Hey, this is Byron Cage, and you are watching Uncommon Gospel. It's not your ordinary praise. Keep it right here for the very best in gospel music.
Hi, my name is Bernadette Holder from Uncommon Gospel, and my question is for the hosts, Kirk, Jonathan, and Corinne. And also, before I say that, I do want to say, Mr. Jackson and Mr. Johnson, I applaud you for what you've done to come up with this event this year. I know it meant a lot to me, and I just know that it will mean a lot to those who wanted to get together and who look forward to this every year. So thank you. But to Kirk, Jonathan, and Corinne, what does it mean to put out songs that you have, such as, this year, Strong God with Kirk, People for Jonathan, and Pray for Corinne? You put out songs that really touch people where they are right now, especially during this pandemic. And I've listened to each of those, and it really speaks to the time and what we're going through right now. What does it mean to put those songs out, right now? I know every song is special, but right now I think they hit a little different.
I think that for me, I know that we wrote Pray in December of last year. So we had no idea that the pandemic was coming. We had no idea of all the racial tensions being high. We had no idea. So I think that it means a lot, having a title as an inspirational, as a gospel artist. We make music to inspire, to uplift. But when you make music for the time, and you have no idea about it, it just put a little bit more like, thank you, Jesus. And, like, I'm grateful that we get to do that. And now we're stepping into the prophetic, and we're actually speaking for people in this time and things that they need. And I'm sure that y'all feel the same way. Like, Kirk, I know you were saying the other day that you wrote Strong God alone.
And like, yeah. In like January, February. And Corinne is right. And, but at the same time, she's got another single that just came out, called Speak to Me, that is very uplifting and inspiring. So she like, the rest of us, we have this duality that we have to walk through to try to inspire, but at the same time speak truth. And I'm quite sure that, like all of us on this call that are artists, when you do songs that are more horizontal in their social commentary, you do look forward to the day when you don't have to write those songs anymore, as I feel like that these songs are having to be written a little too much. And we all dream of a day where we don't have to have these discussions, and we can, now, be inspired to write songs about something else, but to be able to have to be so repetitive in areas that should be dealt with and addressed and be conclusive. It's very unfortunate in a country that has always prided itself on being Christian.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would say when I first released People, people were jokingly blaming me for the pandemic. They were, well, Jonathan, you prayed that you'd been.
Are you serious?
Here we are. And so it's just, to me, it's just an example of God's sovereignty. This was a surprise to all of us, all of this pandemic stuff, but for him, he already knew it was coming. And so what did he do? He prepared all of his people with a soundtrack for this time to allow people to get free even while they're on lockdown. And so I'm just really honored to be a part of that group of people that he was saying stuff to, even though we didn't know how important it was going to be. When it was released, we realized, man, God had 2020 in mind in 2019. And, that's really dope to be a part of.
Thank you so much. And definitely that does not leave out Travis and Kiera, because I really appreciate it. I know you both have done the same. So, and that something has to break, with Kiera. That virtual was amazing.
Wasn't that thing wonderful? That thing wonderful? That thing was epic. Her and her mama, that thing just made it just made you itch, but because it was just it was a next level present. Why am I talking like I'm an agent? Go ahead, baby girl, talk about yourself.
I don't think it was a question, but I sincerely appreciate the support and the encouraging words around it. Thank you so much, and I hope it is continuing to bless everyone that is listening. I think it is a relevant message right now, especially during this time. And I'm sure a lot of us are wondering, when will it break? And I'm speaking personally from COVID hitting home. And I mean, us, me being a Black woman, being concerned about if when we go out, will we come back safe? I'm sure we have a lot of questions. So I just hope that it is continuing to serve God's people, most of all, the world.
Thank you, Kiera, and thank you, Kirk, and thank you, Bernadette. So good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you, Tasha.